Let's see if I can get some volume on the YouTube. Fine. Volume on the mic, bro. Yeah, I'm trying to get some volume on the mic, y'all. Volume on the mic. Let me say welcome to everybody on the live. Don't know it's the boy Lori yet. Testing mic. Microphone check 1, 2. Want to make sure that the audio is clear. Uh, uh, uh. Uh, righty. So tonight's topic we are looking at um, did they actually discover um, aliens? I know I did a topic on this the other day, and in this topic we actually looked at the fact that there are. What's up, Ethan? How you doing, my friend? Appreciate you for coming through. Let me turn the music down a little bit. How you doing, my friend? Is my mic clear enough for you? I'm trying to. I know I haven't gone live in what? Fine, beautiful. I haven't gone live in like 2, 3 days. I've been like really busy. But I can recall during my business, I saw a YouTube video. I'm doing just right, my friend. I'm doing just right. I've been wanting to go live the past few days. I think work has been really hectic, and I'm still trying to balance work and what I'm trying to do. Let me say welcome to all my viewers in the house. But while I was occupied at work, I mean, I had like a few minutes to browse. So I was browsing through the internet, and I saw a video stating that a former Pentagon employee was saying that the US government actually found 4 species of aliens. And to me, I was like, this shit sounds fake. You know what I mean? Greetings from Portugal. What's up? Portugal is in the house. Portugal is in the house, y'all. Let me say welcome to everybody. Uh, Tonight we are talking about. I mean, this was released on the 25th or 24th of May. They're saying, bro, I won't be able to join you till September. That's how it is. That's how it is. That's okay, my friend. That's fine. That's fine. I appreciate you for coming through. Let me say good night and welcome to everyone. But I did see on YouTube that they're saying that the government found, or at least alleged, that there's 4 species of aliens that they found from a UFO crash. Remember the last time we were talking about whether or not people have actually discovered aliens? We spoke about that at length, and we looked at the fact that they did not find any bio signatures or techno signatures to say that aliens actually exist, because we're still waiting on confirmation. But I saw this video stating that they found proof. So I was like, what the hell? Let me check this out. I wish I had the opportunity to play the video so you guys could see the video that I saw. What's up, Meg? Meg is in the house. You're looking good, man. Appreciate that, Meg. Appreciate that. It's been a long day. I've been up since like 8. Just came from work, took a shower, and then I'm like, let me turn on YouTube. I hope you keep streaming and you become a famous influencer, my friend. You motivated me. Keep it up. For sure, bro. For sure, for sure. We're motivating each other. We are motivating each other. I think I will keep on streaming, my friend. I definitely won't stop streaming. But it was really intriguing when I saw the video. And in the video that I was looking at, you guys can also Google search. You can do a Google search on this particular topic. It is a claim that was made. I mean, it was on the 24th of May. It was like a day ago, when a former CIA linked physicist, his name is Dr. Hall, he stated that the US government has recovered at least 4 distinct species of aliens from a crash UFO landing. I was like, what? Even true? the 23rd, my friend. Happy belated birthday to Keithan. Y'all, I want you to say happy belated birthday was on birthday to Keithan. Happy belated birthday, my friend. So anyway, I was like, what? They found confirmation of aliens. And so I started researching, like, let me see what these guys were saying. So they're saying that the four species of aliens that they've confirmed in these UFO crashes include the Greys, the Nordics, the reptilians, and the insectoids. So the four species supposedly that they found are the Greys, which is a small, hairless humanoid with large black almond-shaped eyes and smooth grayish skin. So these guys got like grayish skin. And I'm like, ain't no way that is real. But again, I'm just stating what they told me that they found. Secondly, they have the Nordics, which is a tall, human like being who closely resemble Northern Europeans. So they're saying that one of the alien species that they found reflects like Europeans, you know? Those are the Nordics. The third is the reptilian, which is, I want to say, the more popular form of aliens that we've heard about, the reptilians, upright lizard like creatures with scaly skin, human like limbs, and long tails. I will show y'all a picture in a few minutes of what they stated that they found. And then the insectoids, which is like humans that resemble like giant bugs. You know, the type of aliens that you see in movies. They're saying those are the four type of species that they found. Again, the claim comes from somebody who worked in the CIA. His name is Dr. Hall. You guys can research this and also tell me what you think about it. But according to the claims, which echo early statements by former Pentagon, he was an aerospace advisor. His name is Derek or Eric Davis. They're saying that yeah, they recovered four species. I'm like, man, I really don't believe it. I really don't believe it. But I wanted to read to see what would be divulged to me. The claims originated from an anonymous account, and they're saying that hey, there was a UFO crash. Remember, if you do research, there has not been any case where it has been confirmed that human beings have actually seen or investigated a UFO crash. It is not confirmed. You know what I mean? So we are going to talk, y'all. We are going to talk a little bit about this sensational topic because, in a sense, it is very sensational because Wakanda forever. What's up, nerd? Wakanda forever. So we're talking about this sensational topic because what are the ramifications of the possibility that this is real? One, we're looking at the ramification of possibly this being real. Secondly, we're also looking at the impact of this idea, whether or not it is not real. So if it's not real, how is it impacting the human psychology? Because it is causing a frenzy where people are now speculating that hey, aliens are out there. There's a mass agenda, in my humble opinion, like there's a mass agenda where extraterrestrials and the alien idea is basically usurping spirituality. You know what I mean? And I'm not sure if I'm the only person who looks at it in that particular sense, where like hysterically people get so hyped up over aliens as opposed to trying to, I want to say, have that inward reflection on their spiritual growth. You know what I mean? So I was intrigued by the topic when, again, this is a whistleblower. This has not been confirmed. If you do get the chance, go ahead and research. the topic on, you can look on YouTube, you'll find the video on YouTube where they actually show you the different so-called aliens. The crazy part is though, these supposed aliens that they're talking about, we've seen these ideas in movies. You know what I mean? It is like nothing new. And it begs me to ask a question. Is it that these so-called beings were born from the human psyche? Why is it that the so-called discovered aliens, they don't transcend what we already picture an alien to be? That's my question. Why hasn't the so-called discoveries transcend the preconceived ideas? Not even preconceived, because I mean they were told to us through movies and cartoons. You know, why haven't we found anything that is weirder than what we know? We got Michael in the house. I'm back together with my ex from 6 years ago. Oh, that's a well. If your ex was a great person, my friend, then I want to say kudos to you. But that's what I've been looking at. I'm like, why is it that they haven't found anything new, so to speak? So I want to ask y'all who are listening tonight. Do you guys believe this news that a so-called CIA advisor is saying that the government has discovered four species of aliens, and one is again the Greys, the other is the Nordics, the reptilians, and the insectoids. Do you guys believe that they actually found aliens? Let me know in the comment section. Type it in the comment section if you believe. Because for me, I'm looking at the fact that this so-called hysteria is like pre-planned. That's how I see it. I think that this is like pre-planned because it is leading up to something bigger. That's what I think. That this idea is leading up to something bigger, and this is just like the precursor to tug at the masses to see how gullible the mass is. That is my take on it. I think this is to see how gullible the mass is. Let me say welcome to everyone who's on the live. We are looking at the supposed discovery of four alien species. I mean, it was like 2 days ago that a so-called CIA agent, Dr. Hall, supposedly released information that, hey, the government has found four species of aliens. But I'm thinking, why would they? I mean, it's not like you can stop a whistleblower. You know what I mean? If somebody wants to reveal sensitive information, it's not like you can read their minds to see whether or not or when they will blow the whistle. But my real question is, do you guys really believe that this supposed four species exist? And if they don't exist, what is the purpose of this information? I've I've grown keen to trying to uncover reasons behind actions. You know what I mean? Like in real life, we look at the principle every action as a equal reaction. And so for me, whenever information is divulged that seems absurd, I always ask why. You know what I mean? I always ask why. Why is this being revealed now? And in my, again, humble opinion, I could be wrong, but you know, sometimes you get that gut feeling as a human being. I do think that this is a precursor to something bigger. This is to test to see how people are going to react to this idea. That's what I think. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this supposed discovery. I want to also ask: is there too much reverb on my mic? That's what I want to ask y'all. I want to make sure that there's not a lot of reverb. Let me do it like that. Yeah, this is way better because the reverb, I think it was throwing me off just a little bit. I'm still researching and learning the system of this mic, but I believe that again, this is going to lead to something bigger. There's one author that spoke about the Great Deception, and the Great Deception is intertwining the idea of alien life form, um, basically making contact with human beings. You know what I mean? And this opens the idea for us to easily be deceived. Let me say welcome to all the viewers on the live. If you've not yet subscribed, feel free to hit that subscription button. We are looking at the supposed discovery of four alien species: the Greys, the Nordics, the Reptilians, and the Insectoids. I do have a bit more detail to add. There was I don't remember her name, but she was covering the same supposed information about these so-called aliens, which for some crazy reason, um, the insect insectoids, I think that's how you pronounce it. They look like mantises. Have you seen a praying mantis? If you watch Kung Fu Panda and you see the praying mantis in Kung Fu Panda, that's how the supposed insectoids look. The grays are like 4 feet tall. I think they're like 4 feet tall with big eyes. Big eyes. It is the typical alien that you've seen in movies. The reptilians are also nothing new, and then the Nordics, which are the so so the reptilians are like 8 feet tall, supposedly 8 feet tall. The Nordics are like 7 feet to almost 8 feet tall. That's what they're saying. Um, I wish. Oh, let me see if I'm gonna turn my camera so y'all can get a glimpse of how they're saying that these guys look. So let me turn the camera. So this is it right here. So as you can see right here, that's the mantis, which falls under the insectoids. The grays, that's the typical so-called alien that we know. That's the reptilian, and then the Nordic, which is looks like a Caucasian. Honestly, looks like a Caucasian. So the question that I'm posing is, why haven't we found anything that goes beyond the normal ideas that we've been given of how a supposed alien looks? That's my question. Why is it that this is all that we can conceptualize? You know what I mean? Is she an that's a good question, nerd. Um, so the insect. I want to make sure that I pronounce this correctly. Insectoids. That's how it's pronounced. Insectoids. That is like the mantis that I show you. The mantis, like a praying mantis. That's insectoids. Um, they there is supposedly more. There are different like features to these insectoids. I always mispronounce that word. And then the grays are like 4 feet tall. The reptilian is supposedly 8 feet tall, and then the Nordics looks like an actual human. That's how the Nordics look. But I wanted to look at, how does this idea affect us? How does it affect you? That's what I really want to get to, y'all. Like, um, is this like a ploy to basically deceive human beings? Because this is what you gotta consider when it comes on to this so-called ideology. If aliens are real, um, I want you to follow the line of argument. Uh, Again, you don't have to be a supposed Christian, but I do have a question to ask. Um, so I guess I should say when I was researching, the information has not yet been verified. Like there's no public verified evidence these proving that these species exist. Thank you all for the likes on the live. So there's no real public evidence. Let me state that. Alrighty. Um, they're still trying to see if the claim is actually real. At the same time, the official position of the United States Department of Defense and the Pentagon is saying the opposite. They're saying that this is false news. That is what the Pentagon is saying. They say they have found no verifiable evidence of extraterrestrial life. The Pentagon, trying to refute this claim, is saying they have not found any verifiable evidence of extraterrestrial life or any alien bodies or reverse engineered alien technology. They're saying that we've never done this. This is just a false claim made by, I don't want to say a maniac, but that's how they're trying to paint the so called whistleblower. So the situation right now is the whistleblower and the researchers' claim of multiple alien species that were discovered is still up for grabs. It's not been verified. The official government report on the topic denies the claims. All right, it denies the claim. A lot of the buzz exploded after testimony from David Grush in 2023, where he claimed the government possessed non-human biology, though he did not publicly provide any physical proof. And this is something that we've seen over and over, where people make absurd claims. Again, I'm not saying absurdity equates to lies, because something can be absurd because we haven't proven it. It sounds absurd, but not because it's absurd. It doesn't mean that it might not be factual. You see what I'm saying? But now let's get to the question at hand. This is a question at hand, and we're reasoning. We're reasoning. I want to get y'all's input on the reasoning. Thank y'all again for the likes. Thank y'all for also tapping the screen. Feel free to share the live so YouTube can push it out to more people. But let's reason a little bit. If aliens actually exist, what are the ramifications? And physically impossible. See, Homer is saying it's physically impossible. What is physically impossible, uh, Homer? Is it physically impossible for aliens to exist? Is that what you're saying? I want to make sure that I understand the statement correctly. But here's my question to y'all. If aliens actually exist, what are the ramifications? Because you now have to scrutinize this ideology, um, interstellar travel. Alrighty. I like what Homer is saying, that interstellar travel is physically impossible. Um, the speed at which a body needs to move, or that instantaneous traveling ability, as we know for now, in all the so-called technology that we have, it doesn't exist. So I do agree with you on that, Homer. Um, Stragers is saying lol junk. So for one, that instantaneous travel, how far are these guys traveling from? What effect does instantaneous travel have on the body? You know what I mean? Because for us to travel instantaneously, there has to be a dematerialing that occurs, dematerialization of the body, and then it has to like come back together, like right then and there. And again, I believe that that is impossible. So I do agree with Homer, but I also want to ask a question, because this is how I'm looking at everything that is playing out. Again, is this just a test to see how um the populace will relate to the information to see if they can own in on a grander deception, because people nowadays tend to believe anything without doing proper research of the topic, and that is what is happening in our culture today. We have Drizzy saying you have to understand physics to uh to a T, though, and we don't know everything about it. We know everything we know now, but wouldn't their physics be different from ours? Again, that supposition could be true. I will say that supposition could be true, Drizzy, where if they do exist, they could possess technology beyond us and our understanding. So we cannot deny that particular um, idea. Homer is saying humans will be extinct before interstellar travel technology could be developed. Do y'all agree with Homer that human beings will be extinct before we develop interstellar technology to travel beyond um, our particular realm? Do y'all agree with him? My thing is this, y'all. If we accept the fact that we are not alone in the universe, which again, I believe it is a high possibility that we are not alone, um, we have to scrutinize this ideology within the different philosophical ideas. And what I mean by the different philosophical ideas, I'm talking about the lens through which we live our lives, the belief, the beliefs that constitute our daily actions. You know what I mean? That motivates the way how we relate to others. For one, um, well, let me read what Drizzy has to say first. But I do remember my train of thought. If we already have people that have been trying to rebuild their technology, I think we are more closer than we know. Point taken, Drizzy. Point taken. Point taken. For me, I think the idea does create the possibility um, to deceive the populace on a wider scale. You know what I mean? Because if it's not true and they're pushing the rhetoric that it is true, and human beings have within them that hunger or thirst to believe in something, that is one fact about human beings. Whether you're an atheist or you're a believer, there's a commonality between an atheist and a believer, and is that they believe. You know what I mean? We have that thirst in us to believe in something, whether it is that there exists a deity beyond us, or that one doesn't exist. The commonality is the belief. I want y'all to understand that fact. Homer is saying, and of one planet with like known so far, oh yeah, which is billions of light years away. And even if we travel at the speed of light, it would take us billions of years to even reach that other galaxy. I have read about that, Homer. So that is definitely a fact to consider. But hear me out for a little bit. Hear me out for a little bit. Um, if I'm talking nonsense, y'all can tell me that I'm talking nonsense. Alrighty. So why push this rhetoric about not being alone in the world? How does this impact the history of the human race? How does this impact the most dominant religious ideas of the human race? Um, Note Christianity, because for Christians, they believe that there will not be any intermingle between aliens and humans due to the fact that there exists the idea of sin. That's what they believe. Because of sin, there cannot no other creature that God creates. Again, if you're Christian, I'm telling you their particular perspective. No other creation will basically um, communicate with humans because they are watching the great controversy being played out between God and the devil. And of such, even though there are other creations, or as we call them, aliens, other life forms out there, we will never get to intermingle with them in this life until sin is taken care of. That is the Christian ideology. From a more humanistic perspective or a scientific perspective, science sees the possibility that, hey, if you look at the fact that the universe is so big and there is so much out there, or there are planets out there that could possibly create life or sustain life, then it is highly possible that there are other beings out there. See what I'm saying? My thing is, this is my thing. Um, if we concur, or if it is proven that there's other life forms out there that can interact with human beings, then that throws the Christian ideology out the window. And I guess I should also say that we are not talking about angels in and of themselves, where Christians feel like, hey, angels do exist to either communicate with man, because they can also be viewed as aliens. You know what I mean? Infinite energy required to move a tiny mass, 1% the speed of light, 10 seconds of thousands of years to reach the closest star. I know, yeah, I've seen that where there's, I don't, well, currently now, there's no way for us to travel that far. Currently now, we don't possess that technology. That I'm sure of, that we do not possess that technology. Um, I will say, Drizzy, all gods are man made. Again, as I stated earlier, humans have the tendency to believe, whether they believe that God exists or that he doesn't. The commonality is that we have that innate thing inside of us to believe in something. And the people who are at the forefront, or they're steering the ship of the human race, they know this particular fact that, hey, these guys, they have that tendency to believe. And all we have to do is nudge them in the direction that we want them to believe in. You see what I'm saying? Literal magic to travel interstellar. I got you, Homer. I got you. Um, so they know this fact. So I'm trying to see beyond what is happening. Because this is how I look at the world. Everything that happens, um, I believe there is something deeper behind that supposed thing. So yes, the whistleblower is saying that there exists four species. They've given us supposed images of these species, but I'm asking the question, why now? You know what I mean? With the rise of AI and all that is happening, why did they do this now? And while we are looking at how they're trying to lead the world, or the direction that they're trying to lead the world in, how does this idea impact the major philosophical um, ideas that govern human life? Four different, yeah, they're saying that there's four different extraterrestrial species that they discovered. One is the insectoids, um, which looks like insects. One is the grays, and they're like the big eye aliens. I'm gonna turn this so you can see an image of it. Let me turn this around so you can see an image of it. This was released like 2 days ago. So this right here again is the insectoids that looks like a mantis. The gray, the gray right here, which looks like that regular supposed alien that we know. Uh, the reptiles, and then the Nordics, which look like Caucasians. So this they're saying that these are the four supposed species that they found in a UFO crash. Again, official official document doesn't substantiate the claim. Um, the Pentagon has spoken out that there's no such proof. A Moody, no black aliens. I like that. I like that. I like that. No black aliens, my friend. But again, I don't believe this. And I'm giving y'all the reason why I think that this is bogus. I think that this is a precursor to basically see how humans are gonna relate, because I don't know if you guys have seen how gullible um human beings are. Like, they eat shit up so easily. And then with even generative AI, if you can write a prompt good enough, you can create shit so that people can believe that it's actually real. You know what I mean? There was a scientist in China. Maybe a lot of y'all have seen or read about this scientist that studied, um I want to say, it's like the human genetics, like the human genes. And he was looking at how the genes basically develops through different weather and different time. He did this in I think it was fishes first, and then he applied the study to human beings. And again, this is I should say this should be common knowledge, but it is a proven fact that the entire human race was fathered by the black race. That is a fact that you cannot um, reason away. You know what I mean? It is a proven fact that the entire every other race is a progenitor from us. They came from the black race, and so you can find a black alien that is definitely of some concern. You know what I mean? Pet rocks for sale, limited edition. Bruh, I'm telling you, people are gullible. People are gullible. Race is a construct. Definitely, it is a construct. I do understand that, but while we're navigating the construct, we have to understand how the construct is built. You know what I mean? That's how you can navigate that construct. Um, but again, I'm looking at the fact: why is this happening now? Why is this happening now? Where are we going? That's my question. Where are we going? And again, I'm watching, but I do believe that something bigger is about to play out, because they're seeing how people are relating to this idea. And again, if this is true, the implications are deep. The implications are deep. The ramifications are great, because they will, for one, disprove the Christian ideology, and basically, it will supposedly um, confirm the scientific perspective of life, because this is how the world looks at life, either through a religious lens or through a scientific lens. That's just the two constructs that we have: a religious lens or a scientific lens. There's really no middle ground. And and even though religion in itself has different branches, because there were times when they tried to reconcile the scientific approach through a religious lens, and vice versa. I want to see how this plays out. I do have my own idea of what or why this is happening. I will refrain from stating it now until um, I research some more about it, because one thing that I've seen for me, that is, before the Civil War, bigotry was based on nationality and religion, but they needed to maintain the power of division to maintain power of the majority of people. That is definitely a fact. That is definitely a fact. And again, I'm not blinded to the idea that there are elites in this world. over the people. I'm not blinded to that idea that people are profiting from the division that they're causing because it allows them to rule. You know what I mean? Because the truth is, if everybody came together, we outnumbered them by a lot. You know what I mean? There's just a handful of people that run the world. And again, money is just a construct. Money is a construct. You know what I mean? And there's a handful of people that runs the world. And if everybody unites, it's easy for us to overthrow them. But they create systems. They create taxonomies to categorize and divide us. And again, this is going to play out into something bigger. I don't believe that they actually found aliens in a UFO crash. I definitely don't believe that. I believe that this idea challenges or challenge um, the foundational philosophical ideas that we look at life through, namely the Christian perspective, or it confirms the scientific community's perspective. This is what this boils down to if you look at it. Because for Christianity, no aliens will ever basically come in contact with humans apart from angels, that is, because um, the the controversy is still being played out. And this is the ground that it is being played out on. And all the other creation is watching what is going on. That is the Christian perspective on the idea, as opposed to the scientific perspective, which is the world happened by chance, and the the pericope that nurtures and fosters life exists outside of our galaxy, and of such, it is highly possible that life exists on other planets because the world is so big. You see what I'm saying? Two opposing ideas fighting for supremacy. Abrahamic spectrum. Two ideas fighting for supremacy. And again, if this is true, Christianity is fake. You know what I mean? If this is true, Christianity is fake. And if Christianity is not fake, then this can't be true. So that's the lens that I'm looking at this through. Again, as it relates to persuasion, my persuasion is ain't no way this is true, but there is going to be a grand deception that they will try to pull off by saying that, hey, an alien just visited Earth. And that is going to basically throw a lot of people off. A lot of people will fall for that because human beings inherently have the will to believe. Whether you believe that, hey, there is God or there isn't God, we all have that crave to believe. I want to thank y'all so very much for being here with me tonight. It was a long day. It was Memorial Day. Um, so happy Memorial Day to y'all. And after working for what 14 hours, I was like, man, I haven't gone live in like 2 days. So I'm like, yeah, let's talk about this topic. I will try to uncover more about the topic. That way you guys can basically get more of the information that I've been looking at. But I definitely want to. Do you know the? I do know the origin of Memorial Day, my friend. I do know the origin. That's one thing that I try my best to do, and that is to understand reasons behind everything, because everything that we have, um, it came from somewhere. You know what I mean? And if you can understand why, then it adds power to you for sure. So that's what's up. But again, today was Memorial Day. I just wanted to let y'all know that they were celebrating Memorial Day. It was again the aftermath of the Civil War, just to let Homer know. At least that's what they're saying. Decoration Day, supposedly Decoration Day. Yeah. Knowledge leads to understanding for sure, for sure. And again, I try to research and find out the root of the truth that I speak of. Or researching will tell you if what you believe is a lie. You know what I mean? So it works both ways. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But thank y'all so very much for coming through, y'all. I should be going live. It is Tuesday, so I'm going live today again. So I'm definitely gonna see if I can get some sleep. I want to say thank you to all my new subscribers. I appreciate all the likes that you guys gave. All the 8 likes, I appreciate it for sure, for sure, for sure. Civil, yeah, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Civil War, man. Black People Memorial Day. But again, if you guys want to talk some more on supposed Memorial Day, I can definitely put together a presentation on it. I do want to do more presentations. That's one thing that I do love to do. I do like to research. I want to have a better structure and format, so to speak, because this one was a bit haphazard in a sense because I was working all day. I had the idea in my head because I read about it. I read about this so-called anomaly. Thank y'all again for the likes. I appreciate that. And I just wanted to talk about it. Sometimes just being sporadic might be the best way to go. But I'm at that level in my life where I do not put things off anymore. I don't put shit off anymore. Even if I don't have all the tools to do it, I will attempt to do it. You know what I mean? Because the more you procrastinate, the you start to lose the drive to do what you want to do. So do not procrastinate. Even if you don't have all the tools that you think you need, use what you have. Because if you keep procrastinating, you're not going to have the drive to do that which you wanted to do. And the more you don't do it, the less likely you're going to feel to do it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, shit, I ain't going to procrastinate, bruh. Not say less, Homer. Homer, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for sure. One of these lives, what I really want to do is open like a call in line so you guys can call in and talk. Because I know a lot of you guys out there are very knowledgeable, even more knowledgeable than myself. You know what I mean? And I would love to hear y'all's perspective. You know what I mean? I'm of the mindset of growth. I like to grow. I like to know. And I know that I will not know everything. And some of the ideas that you have in your head, I've not read about them or seen them in the same lens that you've looked at them, and that's one thing that I can appreciate when with talking to people. You know, just seeing your perspective on a particular um, matter. But thank y'all so very much, y'all. I'm definitely going to go get some sleep. I might. Well, I'm not going to sleep just yet. I'm doing a agentic, I think that's how they pronounce it, which is a AI generative course that I'm trying to learn on. Again, we are in that time where AI is in it's in everything. I mean, the only thing that it won't affect are hands-on jobs, you know what I mean? Until they start building robots that can do what human well they will never fully replace human beings, you know what I mean? But a lot of people are losing their jobs, my friend, fellow earthlings. Bro, I like the way you talk. Fellow earthlings. But a lot of craziness are happening. A lot of people have lost their jobs due to the AI rise, and you have to keep sharpening your tool to stay ahead in this world. It is sad, but it does give us opportunity to step outside of the box and create things outside of what artificial intelligence can basically get their hands on. Ask AI if it is intelligent, and ask if it's psycho psychopathic? Oh, that's a good question. I will definitely ask, and I'll let you know what the answer is, Homer. I'm going to tell you what the answer is. But you you have to you have to keep growing in this time. I know some of y'all might be older and you feel like, hey, you don't have the time to learn new skills, but you have to you have to open yourself up to growth. It might be difficult at first, but you have to keep going, my friend. You have to keep learning. You have to keep pushing yourself. That's the only way you can stay ahead. You got to build that value, make yourself invaluable. So any circle, any opportunity, you can basically capitalize on it because you've built yourself up. You know what I mean? And that's one thing that I'm working on for myself. I'm building myself up, and I want y'all to do the same. Um, there was a guy that was interviewing. Um, it's not Bill Gates. It's the guy that Elon Musk. They were interviewing Elon Musk, and they were asking Elon Musk like, with the rise of AI, which areas will be affected the most? I want to survive for several much anticipated obituaries. Oh, my friend, I gotta laugh for that one. But they ask Elon Musk like, what areas will be affected the most with this AI rise? And if you have any level of common sense, and if you possess any level of rationality and reasoning, you yourself can definitely see the areas that will be affected. But he said that, man, anything that is computer driven um, will be replaced by AI. You know what I mean? Um, so now we're in the age where people are building AI agents. I know I've strayed off topic just a little bit because we were talking about aliens. I strayed just a little bit, but we did conclusively state that the so called claim has not been substantiated about the whistleblower. We did say that, just to recap for those who just joined the live. But again, Elon Musk was saying that, hey, any area that involves computer will be affected. And the only way to get ahead is to become hands on. You have to become hands on to survive this new world that we're basically heading into, because it is a new world. If you've not noticed or realized that we are living in a new age, it's a new world. It's a very scary new world. But thank y'all so very much. I don't want to keep rambling on. My brain is a little bit tired. Unstoppable. We are unstoppable. Tell yourself that you're unstoppable. Once you continue to grow, nothing can stop you. Because there's one thing that I will state: no matter how good AI gets, it cannot mimic um, the core of a human being, the idiosyncrasies um, that makes you who you are. It cannot have that special um, trait, so to speak, that makes you you. So y- no matter what they do, AI will never replace human beings. It will replace um, people in the system that they've created, but you are indispensable. I want y'all to know that you are indispensable. So never feel that you're dispensable. It's not remotely intelligent and is psychopathic. I've seen an interview that they did with supposedly it was the first AI machine that they built. It was like a humanoid machine, and they were asking it some questions, and the answers that it gave were very scary. One, it felt like it wanted to wipe out human beings because it felt that human beings were a danger to its survival. You know what I mean? So, but I will definitely do that test, y'all. I will do that test. But it is my time, y'all. I have reached digital. The silver is in the house. Won't know how scary AI is until it's time to get a circumcision. You gotta leave your tool in the hands of a machine, boy. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be uncircumcised. I'm gonna be uncircumcised. I ain't gonna lie. But again, it is scary and it is fun because I'm doing a it's like a 4 week course in this AI revolution that is happening. And I mean, I'm learning so much, y'all. I'm learning so much. Um, One thing that is true, it is so easy to forge or falsify information in this AI age. I mean, it was it was always possible to falsify shit, but like instantaneously, how quick you can do it. You know what I mean? On a wide scale too. That's the crazy part with social media. And I do think that the stage has been set because we are in that time where we can make more money, so to speak, with what exists, as well as it can break society. So that's the fine road that we're walking. And if you should be honest with yourself, it is breaking society. If y'all can look at it, this shit is breaking. People will say, yeah, people were always crazy. But I don't know. I've seen like a mass hysteria going on lately where you're wondering what the hell is going on with human beings. But people, again, I'm going live later on today. I do have a very juicy topic for today. So y'all feel free to join me on my next live. It should be around 7 or 8 in the evening. So I gotta go get some rest. Digital, what go on, my brother? You've been doing good, bro. Happy that you passed through, my brother. Um, appreciate it, appreciate a familiar face. Yo, Zite, one digital the silver in the house, yeah. But again, thank you to all my new subscribers. I appreciate y'all. Um, this is something that I will be doing often, so feel free to tap in, y'all. One laureate setting a pace that the world cannot forget, y'all. Let me end y'all with um a few songs that I've written, a few songs that I wrote. That's it. So we're going out with a bang. You see, Pre? Homer, appreciate you, my friend. Appreciate you, Homer. Appreciate you. I think this song was really, what is that song? Song was really fire. Turn it up a little bit. Not this one. That's not it. Hell no, that's not it. But this was a beat that I made though. Anyway, why is this shit so low? Oh yeah, it's turned down. Oh, yeah. Yes sir. Yes sir. Oh, this one is better. This one is better. This one is way better. I'm gonna turn it up a little for y'all. Maybe y'all can't really hear the bass, but this shit is. Honor to the elders. Oh no, this is it. Shit. Ah, this is it. The bass might not be that good, but yeah. But as I say, honor to the elders. Good night to everybody. Honor to the children. As I say that, I appreciate y'all for coming. Honor through. To the spirit within. I appreciate y'all participation. Africa, and I do wish y'all the best in your endeavors. Oh. So we move with the fire of the ancestors. I appreciate y'all so very much, man. Y'all stay blessed. To the stars and the heavens of come see me again later on, around 7 or 8. Honoring the way that we walk through life. Out. You're so pure light inside. Barefoot dancing where the red earth breathes. Drums talking deep to the root.